All right, guys. So on this edition of Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff World, we have to go to the jungle of Minneapolis, where we saw a brawl break out among Democrat Party members. Okay, they was at a Minneapolis Democrat endorsing convention. I believe this was for a city council seat out there in Minneapolis, and there was one candidate there that was there to obtain the endorsement of the Minnesota Democrat Farmer Labor Party, aka the Socialist Party, and a fight erupted. Okay, all hell broke loose. Take a look.
Chair of the Minnesota's DFL party says he is going to call an emergency meeting on their state executive committee to address the issues on Ward 10's convention yesterday. That is video from the neighborhood news outlet Wedge Live. It shows the conflict at the Ward 10 DFL endorsing convention in Minneapolis yesterday. Supporters of current city council member Aya Shugtai and challenger Nazri Warsame clashed as they vied for the DFL endorsement. Warsame supporters eventually stormed the stage, stopping the meeting. Officers were called out, but say the fighting was over by that time. No arrests were made. One woman was treated for an injury. DFL Party Chair Ken Martin wrote on Twitter last night that he will be proposing a bylaw to ban individuals engaged in violent assaults from the DFL party and will then take immediate actions to remove the folks involved in Ward 10.
Yeah, so when I first saw this story and I first read about this story, I had one thought that came to mind. Where the hell is Ilhan Omar, right? Because it looks like to me, I'm just saying, looks like to me, I'm taking a wild guess here. She's a representative from Minneapolis. Those people look a lot like people that would support her. Where the hell is she at? Why is she not condemning this political violence? I don't understand. Ilhan Omar should be out here condemning this violence that we saw here at this convention. Okay, Democrats can't gather among themselves without violence breaking out. But who knows? I mean, these are probably the same people that booed her at a concert in Minneapolis. Take a look.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck out of here! Fuck out of here! No, get the fuck out of here! Yo, I feel bad for her, bro.
And this is a trend that I've noticed, okay, across the country, how, again, it's just not safe for these people to come together in a public forum because they don't seem to be able to at least talk to each other without fighting, right? Like, for example, I've talked about the reparations conversation and what's going on out there in California with the California Task Force for Reparations. The ringleader of the FBA movement, the foundational Black Americans movement, the people that are begging the government for reparations that they're never going to get, Tariq Nasheed, he almost got in a fight or a brawl with supporters as they were there, again, begging for a handout. Take a look. Yeah, so again, so-called people of color, the Democrats, they can't even beg the white man for money without fighting each other, right? Without almost getting in a fight, they can't even beg the white man for money. That's how bad it is. They can't even come together to endorse a candidate at a convention without fighting each other. These people are violent, right? I'm just keeping it 100. If you guys haven't noticed, the most violent cities in America are run by Democrats. Most of the political violence / domestic terrorism in this country is committed by Democrats. You have them fighting at conventions. I'm just saying, there is a pattern that I'm noticing here about people that tend to lean left. they're prone to violence, right? And these individuals, again, appear to not be an exception. So let's read about this, because this is kind of wild. A Minneapolis Democrat endorsing convention was completely derailed after supporters for an insurgent candidate stormed the stage at a K-8 school and started a brawl. Shocking video shows the chaos first started with intense booing as team members for incumbent Ward 10 council member Aisha Chatai and her team took the stage at the Ella Baker Global Studies and Humanities Magnet School in hopes of obtaining the endorsement of the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party. The fracas took a sharp turn after one woman from challenger Nasri Warsame's team aggressively rushed towards a Chatai supporter while shouting and pointing. Other supporters from Warsame's camp quickly followed suit and formed a mosh between the school stage. The clash between camps, differentiated by Chutai's signature yellow shirts and Warsame's blue signs, bled onto the stage with the same Warsaw supporter who initiated the melee, belligerently slamming a table that was to be used for the endorsement proceedings. Quote, "This is embarrassing. We are shutting this down. This is no longer safe," convention chair Sam Doten said before officially adjourning the convention with a gavel slam. Despite hearing reports of several injuries and fights, Minneapolis police declined to make any arrests, a spokesperson told the Star Tribune. Well, I mean, this is par for the course in Minneapolis because they don't really arrest people anymore, right? They don't arrest people anymore because arresting folks is racist, okay? These cops don't want to end up like, Derek Chauvin, okay? So, again, I'm not surprised that no arrests were made, and these people, who a lot of whom happen to, again, they look like they might be people of color or immigrants of color, right? Or, I don't know, I'm just saying. They, are violent, and they're fighting each other, okay? Again, it's embarrassing. It really is. But I'm not surprised because this is how Democrats operate. Okay, these people are violent. Cops said at least one person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, while another was treated at the scene. Wassermaid claimed that 2 members of his team were sent to the hospital with injuries sustained in the scuffle. Quote, "My campaign manager has been assaulted by one of the other campaign staff members, and he's now being transported to hospital by an ambulance," the candidate claimed in a Facebook post. Chutney released a formal statement blaming Wassermaid for inciting the incident. Again, just look at this. Just look at this. These people, again, are wild, man. They're wild. But hey, like I said, no surprises because Minneapolis is a wild city, or it has been a wild city since the George Floyd incident. Now, they say for 2023 that crime is down in Minneapolis. Violent crime is down. But, I don't know, man. I'm not sure if this is a permanent trend or if this is something that is actually going to continue to be a thing. But all I know is that, again, this right here is an embarrassment for the Democrats. But, again, not surprised because, again, a lot of these people are just prone to being violent. She claimed his campaign physically assaulted over a dozen volunteers, quote, punched multiple women of color on her team, and, quote, shoved and harassed LGBTQIA2S plus delegates and supporters. Today, during the war convention, the Nasri Wasame campaign continuously made people feel unsafe. They intimidated delegates and alternates, harassed and threatened DFL volunteers, and assaulted me and my supporters, Chatai said. The DFL said Saturday evening Wasame supporters were to blame for the incident. Ken Martin, the DLF's chairman, said the party will work with Minneapolis to determine the next steps in the aftermath. Yeah. So, yeah. This is, kind of hilarious, right? But I'm not surprised. I'm just wondering why Ilhan Omar is so silent about this. She needs to speak out against this violence, bruh. Right? Why are we seeing so much violence among her people? Okay, and I'm not just saying that because she's Somali and wears a hijab. I'm saying that because quite literally that's her city. Okay, those are her people. Okay, it's just hilarious. But who knows? Last time we checked on Ilhan Omar, when she was out in a crowd in front of her people, they were booing her. So maybe that's why she's silent on this. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.